Hello, and thanks for joining us. More than just a car, it was a piece of the American promise of freedom and the open road. It was the magnificent 1968 Lincoln Continental. For those of us who were lucky enough to witness its grandeur, the memory is etched in our minds like a classic tune playing on a warm summer evening. Picture this: a long, elegant silhouette gliding down a tree-lined boulevard, the sun glinting off its minimalistic chrome detailing, and those iconic rear-hinged suicide doors inviting you to step inside a world of luxury and comfort. If you were around back then, you'll remember how it felt to see that stunning slab-sided design for the first time. It was as if the car was whispering promises of adventure, prosperity, and possibilities. The 1968 Lincoln Continental didn't just have an engine, it boasted a powerful 462 cubic inch V8, an engine that resonated with a deep rumble, sending a thrill through your chest long before you even turned the key. With 365 horsepower and a torque of 485 pound-feet, this automobile was not just built for the road, it was built to own it. It had a graceful presence that made it feel like the king of the highway, effortlessly cruising to 60 miles per hour in just 9.5 seconds. The sheer size, over 22 feet long and weighing in at around 5,100 pounds, commanded respect and admiration. But to understand the car, we must understand the America that created it. The late 1960s were a time of transformation, with the echoes of the civil rights movement resonating through the streets and a sense of optimism painting the landscape of our nation. The drive-in theaters were packed with families eager to catch the latest films, and the air was filled with the sounds of rock and roll, a soundtrack to the freedom that came with each journey. The Lincoln Continental was not just a vehicle. It was a symbol of success and sophistication, a dream realized on wheels for many Americans. As we delve deeper into the story of this iconic automobile, we will explore the hearts and minds of those dreamers in Detroit who crafted it, the engineering marvels that lay beneath its elegant exterior, and the cultural impact it left behind. Join me as we embark on this journey through time, where the spirit of the 1968 Lincoln Continental lives on. As we journey deeper into the heart of American automotive history, we find ourselves in the bustling city of Detroit, the very epicenter of automotive innovation and ambition. It was a place where dreams were forged in steel and gasoline, and the roar of engines echoed the relentless spirit of competition. The year was 1968, and the landscape of the American automobile industry was alive with the energy of visionaries, each striving to create the next great symbol of freedom on four wheels. At the forefront of this revolution was the Lincoln Motor Company, founded by the indomitable Henry M. Leland in 1917. Leland was not just a businessman, he was a craftsman at heart, believing in the power of precision and elegance. His vision laid the groundwork for a brand synonymous with luxury and sophistication. As we look at the creative minds that followed, we cannot overlook the brilliance of Elwood Engel, the lead designer whose clean and elegant philosophy would forever change the face of luxury automobiles. Engel's vision was more than just aesthetics. It was about creating an experience, an invitation to indulge in the freedom that only a Lincoln could offer. In those years, the atmosphere at the Ford Motor Company, Lincoln's parent company, was one of fierce determination and camaraderie. The competition was palpable, with General Motors and Chrysler pushing the boundaries of design and engineering. Executives and engineers would often exchange ideas, challenge each other's limits, and ignite a creative fire that fueled a golden age of American cars. The entire city was a melting pot of innovation, where the drive to outdo one another led to remarkable advancements in comfort, style, and technology. As the sun set over Detroit, you could almost hear the hum of excitement in the air. This was the era of the muscle car, but it was also the age of the luxury sedan, where the elite sought not just transportation, but a statement of their lifestyle. The stakes were high, and the dreams were grand. Designers like John Najjar contributed not only their skills but their passion, each curve and line meticulously crafted to reflect an American ideal, an embodiment of success, prosperity, and a brighter future. In this competitive landscape, the mood was electric. Automakers were not just building cars, they were shaping culture, Cars became icons of status, vehicles that would be seen cruising past drive-in theaters, parked at soda fountains, and featured in the latest films. They were an integral part of the American dream, a shared experience that transcended generations. As we turn the page to explore the very car that emerged from this vibrant tapestry of dreams and determination, we carry with us the spirit of those dreamers, the visionaries who dared to redefine what it meant to drive an American luxury car. As the sun rose on the year 1968, America found itself at a unique crossroads, teetering between the dreams of prosperity and the reality of a nation grappling with change. The air was thick with the sound of rock and roll, a soundtrack echoing the youthful spirit of a generation hungry for freedom and self-expression. If you were around back then, you'll remember the thrill of music festivals, the magnetic pull of the Beatles, and the revolutionary sounds of Bob Dylan resonating through the airwaves. It was a time when young Americans were no longer content to sit quietly in the back seat of life. They were ready to take the wheel. In the midst of this cultural upheaval, the space race had everyone looking up at the stars, filled with wonder and hope. The moon landing was just around the corner, and with it came a sense of limitless possibility. Young people wanted cars that matched their aspirations, vehicles that weren't just a means of transportation, but symbols of their dreams. They were seeking something that exuded style, comfort, and a touch of the avant-garde, an automobile that could carry them into the future while still honoring the roots of American craftsmanship. Enter the 1968 Lincoln Continental, a masterful creation that arrived just in time to capture the hearts of a nation in transition. With its sleek, slab-sided design and those iconic rear-hinged suicide doors, it was a vehicle that made a statement long before you even turned the key. The car wasn't just about getting from point A to point B. It was an experience, a cocoon of luxury that enveloped you in its embrace. Climbing inside felt like stepping into a world where comfort and elegance reigned supreme, complete with power windows and an advanced suspension system that promised a smooth ride, ideal for cruising down the boulevard or pulling up to a drive-in theater on a warm summer night. But it was more than just its opulent features. The Lincoln Continental embodied the hopes and dreams of those turbulent times. In a landscape marked by social change and the quest for identity, this car became a vehicle of self-expression, a way for young Americans to assert their individuality while still being part of something grander. It was a car that turned heads, made a statement, and whispered promises of adventure and freedom. As the nation embraced the ideals of the 60s, civil rights, feminism, and environmentalism, the Lincoln Continental emerged as a symbol of American luxury that was not just about wealth, but about the pursuit of happiness and the embodiment of the American dream. As we delve deeper into the heart of the Lincoln Continental, we see that it was not just a car. It was a reflection of its time, a beautiful answer to a cultural demand that resonated far beyond the highways and byways of the United States. This was a car that would come to define an era, capturing the essence of a generation yearning for more and paving the way for the luxury vehicles that followed. As we slide into the heart of the 1968 Lincoln Continental, let's not forget that this was a car designed for more than just elegant cruising. It was built to embody raw power and performance. Under that long hood, you found the legendary 462 cubic-inch V8 engine, a beast that roared to life with a symphony of mechanical prowess. Imagine the thrill of turning the key, hearing that deep, throaty growl resonate through the cabin, a sound that sent shivers down your spine and made your heart race. It was a sound that promised adventure and excitement, echoing through the wide boulevards and quiet country roads alike. This was no ordinary engine. It was a big block powerhouse, generating 365 horsepower and an astonishing 485 pound-feet of torque. That kind of muscle didn't just get you from point A to B, it propelled you into a world of possibilities. When you pressed the accelerator, you felt the surge in your chest, the kind of exhilaration that made you feel alive, like you were part of something grand. The powertrain, paired with a smooth 3-speed automatic transmission, delivered effortless acceleration, allowing you to glide from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just about 9.5 seconds. In an era where the automobile was a statement of status and freedom, the Lincoln Continental's engine symbolized the very essence of American car culture. It represented a time when bigger was better, where raw power was a badge of honor, and where the horizon beckoned you to chase it. It was about feeling the road beneath you, the wind in your hair, and the thrill of independence as you cruised down the highway, perhaps headed to a drive-in movie or a weekend getaway with friends. The sophisticated engineering behind that V8 also showcased a commitment to comfort and style. With its advanced suspension system, the Continental offered a ride quality that felt like floating on air, even as you harnessed all that power. You could take sharp turns and navigate the open road with confidence, all while enjoying the plush interior that enveloped you like a warm embrace. For the discerning driver of the 1960s, owning a Lincoln Continental was not just about luxury, it was about the experience of driving a true American icon. It was about the pride of belonging to a lineage of innovation and craftsmanship, where each rev of the engine echoed the dreams of a generation. This was the power and spirit of the Lincoln Continental, a car that defined an era and captured the hearts of those who dared to dream. As we slide into the world of the 1968 Lincoln Continental, we must take a moment to appreciate the artistry that went into its design. Crafted by the visionary Elwood Engel and his talented team, this car was not merely a collection of metal and machinery, it was a masterpiece that embodied the very essence of American luxury. The Continental's unmistakable silhouette, with its slab-sided design and minimalistic chrome detailing, was a bold statement in an era where excess often ruled. Engel's clean lines and elegant profile captured the spirit of the time, creating a vehicle that felt both timeless and modern. Now imagine yourself behind the wheel of this magnificent creation. Sitting in the plush, spacious interior, you're enveloped in a world of comfort. The leather seats, soft to the touch and meticulously crafted, make every journey feel like a special occasion. The moment you wrap your hands around the steering wheel, you can't help but feel a surge of pride. It's not just a steering wheel, it's a connection to the road, a promise of adventure ahead. Looking out over that long, sweeping hood, you can't help but feel a sense of authority. This isn't just any car. This is a Lincoln Continental, a symbol of power and prestige. As you glide down the boulevard, heads turn, and you feel the warmth of admiration from passers-by. It's a feeling that resonates deeply, echoing the freedom of the open road and the boundless possibilities that come with it. Driving a Lincoln Continental was an experience like no other. The advanced suspension system cradled you in a smooth embrace, allowing you to navigate city streets and highways with grace. You felt the gentle hum of the engine, a comforting reminder of the power that lay just beneath your foot, ready to respond to your every whim. The world outside seemed to fade away, leaving only you and the road, an intimate dance between driver and machine. In the late 1960s, the Continental was not just a car. It was a lifestyle. It was the vehicle of choice for those who sought more than just transportation. It was for dreamers and doers, for those who cherished the open road and the freedom it represented. Whether you were cruising to a drive-in theater on a warm summer night or navigating the bustling streets of a city, the Lincoln Continental made every moment feel special. It was a vehicle that invited you to savor the journey, to indulge in the experience of driving, a true reflection of American spirit and pride. As the sun dipped below the horizon in 1968, a new chapter in American automotive history was being written, and at the forefront was the magnificent Lincoln Continental. Picture it. Fresh off the assembly line, this car rolled onto the streets, a true titan of luxury, with its unmistakable slab-sided silhouette and those striking rear-hinged suicide doors that invited admiration and envy in equal measure. You could almost hear the whispers as it glided by, a symbol of sophistication and power that demanded respect from those who witnessed its grandeur. In a time when the nation was buzzing with the sounds of rock and roll and the excitement of the space age, the Lincoln Continental was the embodiment of the American dream, and it was ready to claim its throne as the king of the road. But let's not forget the competition. Detroit was a battleground for the luxury elite, with the Cadillac DeVille, Chrysler Imperial, and Oldsmobile 98 all vying for a slice of the pie. Each of these vehicles brought its own flavor to the market, but the Lincoln stood apart, a true testament to craftsmanship and design. While the Cadillac offered its own brand of elegance, with plush interiors and advanced technology, the Continental delivered a driving experience that felt like a warm embrace. Underneath its long hood, the powerful 462 cubic inch V8 engine roared to life, delivering 365 horsepower and a torque that sent shivers down your spine. It wasn't just about speed, it was about the feeling of control, the smooth glide as you accelerated from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in just about 9.5 seconds. Imagine the scene at a stoplight. There you are, behind the wheel of a Lincoln Continental, the engine humming softly, the leather seats cradling you in comfort. Next to you, a Cadillac DeVille revs its engine, trying to lure you into a friendly competition. But as the light turns green, you shift gears effortlessly, the 3-speed automatic transmission responding to your every command, and there's a sense of pride as you feel the power surge through the chassis. You glance over, and you can see the driver's eyes widen in astonishment as you glide ahead, the Continental's graceful lines cutting through the air with an elegance that left the competition scrambling to keep up. It was this combination of style, power, and sheer presence that made the Lincoln Continental not just another car on the street, but a genuine icon of its era. Whether it was cruising down the boulevards of Los Angeles or gliding through the streets of New York, the Continental commanded attention and admiration, a true reflection of the aspirations and dreams of a generation. It was more than a vehicle. It was a statement, a declaration of luxury and ambition that resonated with the heart of America. As the 1960s rolled on, the Lincoln Continental was not just a luxurious vehicle, it became a cultural icon, a symbol of prestige that graced both the silver screen and the television sets of American homes. If you were around during that time, you might remember the thrill of seeing this magnificent automobile gliding effortlessly across the screen, exuding an aura of sophistication that was almost palpable. The Lincoln Continental wasn't merely a mode of transportation. It was a character in its own right, often associated with power, elegance, and the kind of lifestyle that many aspired to achieve. Picture this: the famous presidential motorcade, where the Lincoln Continental became an integral part of American history, notably during the era of President John F. Kennedy. This was the car that transported leaders and dignitaries, a vehicle that represented the pinnacle of American engineering and style. Its rear-hinged suicide doors and sleek silhouette not only made a statement but also reminded the world of the luxury that America could produce. It was as if the Continental whispered promises of greatness, embodying the very essence of the American dream. Beyond the political stage, the Lincoln Continental made its mark in Hollywood, becoming a favorite among filmmakers. Who could forget its striking presence in the classic movie The Matrix? There, the Continental was more than just a car. It was a vessel of escape and rebellion, embodying the spirit of the characters who drove it. It also appeared in numerous television series, often associated with heroes and protagonists who were suave, confident, and undeniably stylish. The sleek lines and understated elegance of the Continental perfectly matched the personalities of those who drove it, becoming a visual shorthand for success and charisma. In the hearts of everyday Americans, the Lincoln Continental was the car that graced the driveways of the affluent, the vehicle that turned heads at the local drive-in theater, and the pride of those fortunate enough to own one. It was the car that parents dreamed of passing down to their children, a tangible piece of family history that carried with it stories of summer road trips, late-night escapades, and memories that would last a lifetime. As we reminisce about those golden days, it's clear that the Lincoln Continental was not just an automobile, it was a cultural touchstone, a symbol of a time when cars were celebrated not only for their performance, but for the lifestyles they represented. The Continental was a dream on wheels, a testament to American ingenuity, and an enduring legacy that continues to spark nostalgia in the hearts of many. It was a vehicle that transcended mere function, becoming a cherished part of the American tapestry, a true icon that will forever hold a special place in our collective memory. As we look back on the journey of the 1968 Lincoln Continental, we can't help but appreciate its lasting impact on both the automotive world and American culture. Time may have passed, but the essence of this magnificent machine continues to resonate deeply within our hearts. Today, collectors and enthusiasts alike cherish the Lincoln Continental not just as a classic car, but as a symbol of an era defined by aspiration, style, and innovation. For those fortunate enough to own one, it is more than just a vehicle. It is a portal to a time when life felt grander and the open road beckoned with promise and adventure. At car shows across the country, the sight of a pristine Lincoln Continental still stops people in their tracks. With its iconic slab-sided silhouette and those unforgettable rear-hinged suicide doors, it evokes memories of sun-soaked summer nights spent cruising down Main Street or pulling up to a drive-in theater, the smell of popcorn wafting through the air. Owners proudly showcase their vehicles, and the stories flow freely, tales of family road trips, first dates, and the sheer thrill of behind-the-wheel freedom. It is a reminder of a simpler time when the world was filled with endless possibilities, and every drive was an adventure waiting to unfold. But the legacy of the 1968 Lincoln Continental goes beyond its aesthetic appeal and nostalgia. It stands as a testament to American craftsmanship and ingenuity, a reminder of the dreams that fueled a generation. It embodies the spirit of the 60s, a time of change, hope, and profound cultural shifts. In many ways, it reflects our collective aspirations, the belief that we could achieve greatness and embrace luxury in our everyday lives. Even in today's world, as we navigate through rapid advancements and changing tastes, the Continental reminds us to honor our past while moving forward. It teaches us to appreciate the beauty of craftsmanship, the value of comfort, and the importance of style. For those who remember the roar of its engine and the elegance of its design, the Lincoln Continental remains a cherished symbol of pride, a vehicle that carried not just passengers, but dreams and ambitions. As we bid farewell to this stunning chapter of automotive history, let us carry forth the spirit of the 1968 Lincoln Continental. It is not merely a car, it is a piece of our collective identity, a reminder that the road to the American dream is paved with passion, innovation, and an unwavering belief in what is possible. So, the next time you see one gliding down the road, take a moment to reflect. It's more than just a car. It's a celebration of who we were and who we still aspire to be. If this story brought back some good memories, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. It truly helps us keep these legends alive. But more importantly, I want to hear from you. Please leave a comment and tell us your story. Did you or your family own one of these? What was your first car? I read every single comment, and your memories are what make this community so special. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.